Most people believe they're good listeners. They're wrong. They hear noise, not truth. You've probably gone your entire life without someone giving you 10 minutes of complete attention. No interruptions, no comparisons, no phone in hand, just silence, presence. And that's why this world feels so shallow, because everyone's waiting for their turn to speak instead of waiting for their chance to understand. A Stoic sees the danger in that noise. The tongue is quick, but the mind that controls it is rare. The wise don't speak to impress, they listen to perceive. Listening is not weakness, it's mastery. It's control over your impulses, your ego, your hunger to be heard. Every time you interrupt, you reveal your lack of discipline. Every time you stay silent, you sharpen your awareness. That's where real strength begins. Silence isn't emptiness, it's power restrained. Weak men rush to fill space with words. The disciplined man uses silence as a blade, cutting through noise to reveal truth. When you stay silent, you train your emotions to obey you. You reject the childish urge to prove, to argue, to dominate through noise. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. That calm begins when you shut your mouth and open your mind." In every conversation, there's a moment when your ego wants to jump in, to defend, correct, or outshine. That's the moment to practice stillness, to breathe, to master yourself, because the one who can hold his tongue can hold his life. Silence doesn't mean submission. It means control. It's the sound of inner order. And those who feel it know. The man who rules his silence rules his destiny. Presence is a weapon most people never wield. Their bodies are here, but their minds are scattered, replaying yesterday's wounds or chasing tomorrow's fantasies. You can't master life if you're not even in it. A Stoic understands attention is energy, and where your attention goes, your power flows. When you give someone your full presence, you're not being soft. You're showing dominance over distraction. You're saying, "I control my mind. My mind doesn't control me." Most people drift through conversations half alive, half awake, addicted to reaction. But presence is rebellion. It's choosing awareness in a world that profits from your absence. Train your attention like a soldier trains his aim. Every glance, every breath, every word becomes deliberate, because the one who can stay fully present, unmoved by chaos, undistracted by noise, becomes unshakable. When you hold space for another, you practice a form of emotional strength most people fear. It means standing in silence while someone else breaks. It means resisting the urge to fix, to comfort, or to escape discomfort. The undisciplined man wants to solve everything fast. He fears silence because it exposes his own weakness. But the Stoic knows that stillness heals more than words ever will. You don't have to speak to make an impact. You only have to stay grounded, calm, unshaken. When someone shares their pain, your presence becomes the medicine. You create a sacred silence where the truth can breathe. This is not passive listening. It's active control of your thoughts, your impulses, your ego. To hold space is to say, "Your storm does not move me." That is strength. That is the calm of a disciplined mind. The weak talk to be seen. The wise ask to understand. A question, when asked with intent, can pierce deeper than 1,000 speeches. Most people use questions to fill silence or prove intelligence. But a Stoic uses them as keys, unlocking what hides behind another's armor. When someone speaks their truth, don't rush to respond. Ask what no one else dares to ask. What did that moment teach you? What still hurts? What are you running from? Ask slowly. Ask with stillness. Because true questions require courage. The courage to hear what might be uncomfortable. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." The goal isn't to impress, it's to illuminate. People heal when they finally say the words they've buried. You are the mirror that helps them see. Ego is the loudest voice in the room, and the weakest. It demands attention, applause, validation. But the Stoic learns to see through it, like smoke. Every time you interrupt, argue, or rush to prove your point, you reveal that your ego is in command. And a man ruled by ego cannot listen, cannot grow, cannot connect. The disciplined one knows this. Silence is not losing, it's winning the war within. You don't need to dominate with words. You dominate by understanding. The ego wants control of others. Wisdom wants control of self. Let others boast. Let them seek attention. You stay still, centered, observing everything. Because the more you see, the less you need to speak. The more you understand, the less you crave validation. True strength is invisible. It listens. It observes. It acts only when necessary. Most people listen only to reply. The Stoic listens to reflect. Reflection is the art of letting someone's words pass through you without distortion. It's how you show understanding without surrendering judgment. When a person says, "I'm broken," you don't rush to fix them. You hold up a mirror and say, "You've carried heavy things for too long." That's reflection. You give their emotions shape, and in doing so, you give them relief. This isn't therapy, it's discipline. The discipline of empathy without losing strength. Seneca said, "Nothing calms the mind like understanding." When you reflect someone's truth, you become that calm in a world addicted to being right. You become rare, the one who makes others feel seen. That's leadership. That's influence. The ability to understand without needing to control. Stillness isn't about standing still. It's about mastering motion inside yourself. Most people live like leaves in the wind, carried by emotion, scattered by opinion. But the Stoic learns to root himself in stillness. That's not weakness. That's unshakable control. When you listen without reacting, you build a fortress in your mind. You stop being dragged by other people's chaos. You become the calm center in a storm of noise. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "Be like the rock against which the waves crash. It stands firm, and the raging of the sea falls still around it." Stillness is not the absence of action. It's the control before action. It's the pause that makes every word intentional, every decision powerful. The world may shout, but you remain unmoved. Composed, dangerous in your silence. There's a silence that doesn't demand, it heals. You've felt it before, sitting next to someone who didn't rush to fix you, who didn't say, "Stay strong," or "It'll be okay." They just stayed still, grounded, real. That silence is medicine. It tells the other person, "You are safe here. I'm not here to control you. I'm here to understand." Seneca once wrote, "Nothing soothes the soul like the stillness of one who loves." When you can sit in silence with another person's pain, you've reached a level of strength that words can't touch. You're no longer trying to fill the void. You're learning to honor it. Presence becomes healing when ego disappears. When you realize you don't need to fix, you just need to be. That's the Stoic way. Still, steady, and powerful beyond words. Restraint is not weakness. It's warfare of the highest order. The battle between your impulse and your discipline. Every time you feel the urge to interrupt, to correct, to dominate a conversation, you are standing on the edge of a test. The undisciplined man speaks first and regrets later. The Stoic holds his tongue, observes, calculates. He lets others reveal themselves while he remains unreadable. Epictetus taught, "Let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in few words." To master restraint is to master your reactions. And once you do, no one can manipulate you again. Control your speech, and you control your destiny. When others waste words, you conserve power. When they seek attention, you build presence. Remember, the world reveals itself to the silent observer, not the loud performer. Your words are not tools for approval. They are weapons meant to deliver truth. Every sentence should carry intention, precision, and weight. The Stoic does not waste language on gossip or emotional noise. He speaks when silence has done its work and clarity has been earned. Most people speak to be heard. The wise speak to be understood. Seneca said, "Speech is a mirror of the soul. As a man speaks, so is he. Every careless word weakens your credibility. Every precise one strengthens it. Think before you speak, not out of fear, but out of mastery. When you finally open your mouth, let it be because your silence has sharpened your message. The more disciplined your tongue, the stronger your influence. Speak rarely, but when you do, make sure it echoes. Look around you. Everyone's talking. No one's listening. The world has become addicted to noise. Every second, someone's shouting an opinion, posting a thought, demanding attention. But all that noise hides a deeper truth. Most people are terrified of silence. They fear what they might hear inside themselves if everything went quiet. That's why Stoicism feels uncomfortable to the modern mind. It demands you to face the silence you've been running from. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Yet today, that inner retreat is rare. You scroll instead of reflect, react instead of respond. But noise can't fill emptiness. It only amplifies it. If you want peace, you must disconnect from the chaos. Silence isn't isolation, it's calibration. It's where your mind returns to its true order. Connection isn't built through words, it's forged through presence. You can't connect when your mind is elsewhere, when you're planning your next reply instead of feeling what's in front of you. A Stoic knows that every soul carries a battlefield within, and listening is how you enter it with respect. Don't analyze, don't compare, just see. Ask not, what should I say? But, what is this person truly showing me? That's how you transform conversation into understanding. The Stoics called this empathy through reason, the ability to feel without losing logic. When you truly connect, people open up like doors long locked. They feel your steadiness, your restraint, and your authenticity, and they trust it. Deep connection isn't magic. It's attention multiplied by humility. Be the person who listens so deeply that others hear themselves more clearly. Here's your test. Today, choose one person, anyone, and give them 10 minutes of absolute attention. No phone, no multitasking, no waiting for your turn to talk. Just pure presence. Look into their eyes. Breathe slowly. Listen like a warrior in meditation. Alert. Still. Grounded. You'll feel the discomfort at first. Your mind will crave distraction. Your ego will itch to respond. Resist it. Stay in control. Let the silence work. Let them empty their thoughts while you remain unshaken. Those 10 minutes will expose the chaos inside you. And that's the point. The Stoic doesn't escape distraction. He confronts it. Because listening isn't for the weak, it's for the disciplined. The one who can listen for 10 minutes without interruption can command his mind for a lifetime. Try it. 10 minutes, absolute stillness. When you practice true listening, you're not just improving conversation, you're training the 3 core Stoic virtues: wisdom, temperance, and justice. Wisdom, because you learn something from every soul brave enough to speak. Temperance, because you silence your ego and hold back the desire to interrupt. Justice, because you give others the right to exist as they are. Without judgment, each moment of restraint strengthens the foundation of your character. Most men chase greatness in noise. The Stoic builds it in silence. Every pause, every breath, every act of patience forges discipline. You're not just learning to hear others, you're learning to command yourself. True mastery isn't loud, it's quiet, steady, precise. Speak less, listen longer, and you'll begin to hear the rhythm of wisdom echo inside you. In the end, words fade, but presence remains. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs men who can stand still in truth. When someone is lost in pain, don't preach, don't fix, just be there. Calm, composed, unshakable. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be a refuge to others, not the storm. That's your duty. Your power lies not in what you say, but in the silence you command. Every moment you choose stillness over reaction, patience over pride, understanding over control. You are walking the Stoic path." So, take this with you. In a noisy world, be the quiet that restores order. In a shallow world, be the depth that others can lean on. And if this message resonates with you, let it mark a promise. Comment below, I will listen. That's your vow to discipline, to wisdom, to the warrior within. In a world that speaks too much and listens too little, remember, mastery begins in silence. If this message reminded you to slow down, to breathe, to truly listen, then carry that discipline into your next conversation, into your next challenge, into your life. The Stoic doesn't seek noise, he seeks clarity. And that begins with presence. If this video spoke to you, take a moment to like it, subscribe to Stoic Power Lab, and share it with someone who needs strength in silence today. Your support helps us build a community of calm minds and unbreakable spirits. Thank you for listening, and remember, power doesn't shout, power listens.